Alright guys, we're back for round 5? 6 we're up to. No, round 5 going into round 6. Back for round 5 of Supercoach 2021. Not a great round, but saying that, there's a lot of people that did worse. Kind of got lucky, I guess, but not that lucky. As you can see, brought in bows. I think that was in the video last week. Guess not having Ridley paid off. Ridley scored 31, has a concussion, out for 1 week with the potential of 2, but I mean it's 1 week, it's 12 days. I think it's only if it's deemed worse that it will be more than 12, but that's not going to happen. Yeah, so kind of caught a break with Ridley because now he'll go down in price to actually affordable, but everywhere else not too good. Chera put what did he do? He the ankle syndesmosis injury, which is just a fancy word for ankle sprain. He was originally out for 1 to 2 weeks or 1 week with the potential of 2 weeks, and then it's got moved to 3 to 4 weeks. So I don't know what's going on with him, but yeah, I didn't get through the injury-ridden round without injuries. It kind of sucked. Captain Gorn, I should have known not to vice steal. It got to around about game time and I was like, wait a minute. They have no rock. Who's going to hit it to steal? No one. So I should have changed it, but I was a bit bored. Yeah, I just couldn't be bothered, honestly. I was yeah. Would have had McRae, and then 146 I would have taken that. So in a way, it's better I didn't vice captain McRae. It doesn't really matter, but yeah, that's the thing. Lloyd Stewart, good, short. Not much to read into here. No Richmond defender scored that good because they absolutely thrashed St Kilda, but yeah, nothing to read into there. Bows. Didn't watch the game, should have, but didn't. I don't know what happened here. I think he just was off for the kick-ins, like he just kind of unlucky. I think that's what happened. Should bounce back. Yeah, Sydney this week. Sydney's not too great of a team, so, and they're not accurate of a team, so there's a lot of behinds there, so pretty good for Bows. Could see a 110, 120 this week. I mean, ideally. But yeah. Butts, 81, not bad. Honestly, I don't know how he scores so good. I think he's kind of shit. I think that anyone in the AFL could take a mark on him, but apparently he's good for Supercoach, sort of, for a rookie anyway. Chapman, 54, a bit disappointing, but he wasn't keeping up. He's like, what do you have, like an 80 and a 70 or something like that? He wasn't keeping that up. Clark got dropped like Friday night or Saturday night. That was terrible. I don't know why he's dropped. Should come back this week, but honestly, I don't like Chris Scott, and he doesn't like Supercoach players, so he doesn't like fantasy players overall, so wouldn't be surprised if he keeps him out. Highmore should come back, but St Kilda, so who knows. He should have came back this week, but they decided Mackenzie's their best player, so got to keep him in. Steele, 104, not great, but team got thrashed, like I said, so it's just a part of it. McRae, 146, should go good tomorrow night. They have GWS. Apparently it's going to be really cold, like borderline snowing. It's not actually going to snow, I don't think, but it's going to be really cold, so I think, like, my brain says McRae's good in the cold, but I'm actually not too sure. I haven't looked up the stats to see if there's any evidence to that, but, you know, let's see. I don't think that's a bad vice-captain option. Just looking at the other games we've got Geelong, West Coast. There's not really anyone there that I would vice-captain. You could get away with vice-captaining Lloyd here. I don't think that's too bad. Here, if you kept Neil, I'd say vice-captain him. Or, the player I'm going to bring up later, as a must trade in. Everyone must trade in this player this week. Jared Lyons, got to bring him in. We'll get into that later. The Melbourne-Richmond game. I mean, at this point, like, why wouldn't you just vice Gawn and captain Grundy? Why not? Unless you want to captain Steele, but I think Port's pretty good against mids, like keeping Supercoach mids to a low score. Like, they win games, but you know what I mean. Like, there's a team that can defend a Supercoach score. You know what I mean. Richmond can't do that, even though Richmond are still like the best team in footy. Collingwood Essendon, they have no rucks, so Grundy should do good, but there's also been some pretty bad Grundy games this year, so I'd say watch out, but you should be safe if you put Gawn vice, honestly. Anything 130 and over, you take. That's still the rule. Don't mess with it. But yeah, that was captaincy. I kind of got off topic, but anyway. Laird 94, he was subbed off for a little bit, so you know he missed the ton, but good game. Chera rolled his ankle, like I said. Goulden, Powell, and Berry, not great. I thought Goulden could have done better. I thought it was kind of a lackluster effort from him, but you know, he's still a rookie, so and he's going to keep making money, so it's fine. Powell 74, like I said, when he gets inside and he gets a fair bit of the ball, he's one of North's better players. The North Melbourne list isn't too great, so saying you're one of their best players is like, yeah, it's not that big of a accolade. Sam Berry sucked. He's probably getting traded this week. Gawn, Grundy did well. Dunkley, great. Zeeble, he's my pick for the Supercoach Brownlow right now, honestly. MP 84, yeah, it's still a good game. Better than other people you could have had at that price, like at his starting price. Warner 50, cooled down finally, but yeah, he'll heat back up. He'll be fine. He could get rested next week. They're resting Campbell and McDonald, Sydney, so I wouldn't be surprised they go those two this week, and then Goulden and Warner next week. From what I've heard, Warner's name hasn't been brought up, but Goulden's has in terms of a rest. I think it's just, you know, who has the better tank in him. So yeah, you might want to look out for that, but should be fine. Rowe, good score, honestly, but yeah, I had Waterman on. I know it should have been Bergman. It was just for matchup purposes. I had Waterman on, but anyway. Trades, yeah, we'll just go into that. So we got Chera. God damn it. I don't want to trade him. I do want to hold him. Like, ideally, I hold him. But because the trade plan was Clark and Berry for Oliver and anyone. For Jones, Lockie Jones, but he's injured as well, so that's not great. But yeah, so we'll just go with Clark. And McNeil, like, this has been recorded just after lineups came out, 6:30. Lineups come out 6:20, so McNeil got dropped or rested. Hopefully it does actually mean rested and not dropped. All you can do is hope, really. But yeah, so there's a couple of things I can do this week. I can go Berry, Clark and Berry. I can just go Clark, put Laird back in defense, do this, come on, play looking forward. This just makes it easier for me to see. And then bring in Tom Mitchell. He's a great player, obviously. Always gets a whole lot of the ball. Like, what do you have, like 30 touches on the weekend? 30 plus-ish? Yeah, 32. Efficiency wasn't great, but keeps getting the ball, so I think eventually he's just going to score big. It's the round 1 game was such a big score because of the contested touches. Now he's getting a lot of uncontested ones, and The formula just doesn't like uncontested touches. But it doesn't like uncontested touches without a really high efficiency. So, I'd say he's still obviously one of the better mids for Supercoach, just because you have the potential. But I wouldn't say he's in like the top 5 to 10, maybe 10. I'll say 10 for the sake of being safe, but he's definitely not top 5 right now until he racks up a couple more contested ones. But yeah, Clark and Berry. This is what I'm looking at now. Wait for it to load up. For Jared Lyons. Alright, so you have to bring this guy in. If you're looking at Oliver, scrap the trade. Bad trade. Lyons in. If you're looking at Dusty, if you're looking at Titch, if you're looking at McRae, scrap it. Bad trades. You're losing money. You're bringing in an inconsistent player. Bring in Jared Lyons. Can I open his thing from here? No, so I have to do this. Just want to bring up his recent scores. Here we go. Wait for it to load up. You're going to be surprised at this. He hasn't missed 100 this year. That's crazy. He hasn't dropped under. And look at this schedule. This schedule's great for a midfielder. Kerner is going to tag Neil, so he's completely fine. If anything, it's perfect for him because Neil's going to get tagged out of the game. All the touches go to Lions. Got Port. Oh well, it's Port. Freo. Everyone's injured at Freo, and Freo's not a good team. Gold Coast. Everyone's injured, plus they're not a good team. Richmond, the perfect team for a midfielder. High scores there. Could 150. GWS. De Boer's gonna go to Neil, so you're fine. Melbourne, they've gave up a couple of high scores recently. North, the number 1 team to verse this year. Look at this. This is a perfect run. When's his bye? He's got round 13 bye. That's fine, honestly. You have to trade in Jared Lyons this week. So saying that, I'm going to trade in Clayton Oliver. Yeah, Clayton's just been on a different level this year. Apart from that one bad game, he's been so good. But yeah, remember to trade in Jared Lyons. And I'm thinking about going a week early on McRae. Now I think about it, do I want him? I'm going to get him eventually. I'm going to do this for now. You go him to the mid and McCreary. I think that's how you pronounce it. So, his job security, not great. Field ability, very low. Being able to field him over Bergman, I'd say no. I'd say just field Bergman. But everyone else is injured or not playing or has worse job security or is Ryan Mansell. Yeah, so I'm just sticking with this for now. Chera, I'm gonna give 1 week because next week, heaps of money in the bank. The 56 plus 450 puts me at 500k. That's enough for Brayshaw. That's enough for Titch. That's enough for plus an extra rookie or something. Enough for Titch. Enough for someone in that price range. So I'm gonna keep him for this week, but this could change. It could be tomorrow I trade him out. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, we've got this game. He's got Brayshaw, which is a thing. Against North, he's probably going to score big. Walsh. Walsh has just been like the Cripps of old, like a couple of years ago Cripps. Campbell, we're probably going to trade out. Taranto's been hit and miss. Like he has a couple of big games, but then he also does nothing. Ridley's injured. Jones is injured. Phillips is kind of bad, but he can put up a good score like once every 3-4 games.
Titch, like I said, he's good. Jaff, good. Laird, yeah. Yeah, it's a good week, honestly. There should be a couple of high scores this week. And it's kind of, who else do you have apart from Ridley? So, yeah, it should be a good week, honestly. Games are good. But yeah, I'll see you all next time. Remember to bring in Jared Lyons.